Greetings, my name is Nivea Howard and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be telling you all about how I received a full ride to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, which has been my dream school forever. And I'm super excited to make this video. I've been dreaming of making this for years now because I've watched them all on YouTube, but I'm just gonna get straight into it. And if you see me looking down, I have notes on my MacBook and I have a ton of notes. So I'm super excited for this video. I've been prepping for months, like trying to get the outline perfect. So yes, so first I will start with a little bit about myself. So as I mentioned before, my name is Nivea Howard and I am from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I went to an early college and received my associate's degree in science along with my high school diploma, and I graduated in December 2022. So I did graduate a semester early. First, I'll talk a little bit about applying to A&T and getting in, but I won't go too in depth on that because there's a ton of videos on that, and I will mostly be speaking on the honors application and that process. So I did apply early action to North Carolina A&T. I think the deadline was October 15th and I applied early September. As I mentioned before, A&T has been my dream school since 6th grade, and that's actually the only school I applied to. So I saw no need to wait. I was very eager to apply, although I did not receive my decision until December 17th, 2022. So now I'll get into the honors application and that process. So if you don't know, A&T offers 3 full rides through the honors college. And they do offer other full rides outside of honors, but I will be mainly focusing on these 3. So the full rides that they offer are named Cheatham White, Lewis and Elizabeth Dowdy, and then a February 1 scholarship. So the Cheatham White scholarship is like the most prestigious one, and it requires a 4.0 GPA for you to even be eligible for it, like a 4.0 high school GPA, sorry. My MacBook again. 4.0 high school GPA, and Cheatham White includes travel abroad, a laptop stipend, which is either a MacBook Pro or a Windows computer, I believe, and of course all your other fees that come along with a full ride. The Lewis and Elizabeth Dowdy includes travel abroad and all the other fees that come with a full ride: tuition, room and board, meal plan, all of that. And February 1 includes just all the fees, so tuition, room and board, and it doesn't come with the study abroad or anything, but they do have a ton of other scholarships that will most likely cover that if you are selected as a Feb 1. So out of these 3 scholarships, 55 winners are selected, 20 for Dowdy, 20 for Cheatham White, and then 15 for Feb 1. And there was over 2,500 applications to honors, I believe, so it is a very selective process. So the priority deadline is November 15th, well, it was for me, and then the regular deadline was February 1st. And the priority deadline, what that does is consider you for the 3 full rides, and if you miss the priority deadline, then you're just being considered for honors from that point on. But it's still like rolling applications that you can apply anytime between then and February 1st. But honestly, there's no reason for you to miss that priority deadline unless you simply did not know. And this is what I'm making this video for, so that you can be aware. So now I'll be giving you some tips on the actual honors application. First, I have to say, give yourself and your recommenders enough time. So they want 2 recommendations. I believe 1 was from a teacher and 1 a community leader, or at least that's what I did for mine. And make sure these are people that really know you. You're going to be a senior when you're requesting these recommendations, so these should be people you've been building a relationship with since your freshman year, if not before that. My community leader that I chose to be my recommender, that's a tongue twister, recommender, I've known her since I was 11, I believe, so she really has seen me grow into the person that I am today, and she could speak very highly on my character. So just try to select people like that. And then the teacher I had, she was actually like one of the first teachers I met when I came to my high school, and I had her in my 9th grade year and along with my junior year, so she saw me grow as well. I'm going to explain the process of how you get to the interview stage to interview for your full ride. So you apply by November 15th. And then in mid-December, this is how the timeline was for my 2022-2023 application, so I'm just going off that, but A&T will update the website with the dates if they are to change. So November 15th you apply. Mid-December you are notified if you become if you have been selected as a semi-finalist or not, and cross your fingers that you are. So I think for this process they had about 1,500 people apply by November 15th. and then they cut like 500 people. So I think about 1,000 people or a little 900 and something people were notified that they were selected as a semifinalist. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you, don't get too excited about this part because that's a lot of people, obviously. And then there's another stage in between that they did not tell us about. I don't know what happened here, but they did cut more people and they got down to like 400 something. So they're cutting like 500 people each time. This is why your entire application needs to be A1. And then late January, you are notified if you became a finalist from the semifinalist round, and there are 156 finalists that are selected. So yeah, it's extremely competitive. And then so I got that email that I was selected as a finalist January 29th, and then the interviews happen late February. So honors weekend is when the interviews take place, and this was February like 27th and 28th of 2023, I believe. And then you're notified if you received a full ride from after the interview stage by March 15th. That's how it flowed for us. You have to do a video interview for the honors application, and what they do is ask you 2 questions, and it's like a different website type thing. You click the link and then the questions pop up, and you have 2 tries to get this right. So you want to be dressed business casual or business professional for your video. It can be head up like this. I have a clear background, like this is kind of okay, but honestly this is too much going on. Like if I move the TV, yeah, that would be fine, but try to have a clear background, like just that wall right there, that would be good. And just be passionate about your answers, be honest, because they will be able to tell. And then you submit it and you're good on that part. Essay. So I think we had 3 essay prompts, and I can't remember exactly what the prompts were. Have multiple people review your essays that you submit for honors before you turn it in, and don't just put it through Grammarly, because I did that, but I also sent it to like 4 people to review, and all of them gave me really good feedback. And you just never know. First off, Grammarly isn't going to catch everything because it's Grammarly, it's a website, and you're not going to catch everything yourself because you wrote it. So when you proofread things yourself, you don't typically catch all the mistakes that could be in it. Something I did not realize is that this initial application that you do for honors is what gets you to the interview stage for the full ride. So I'm gonna tell you what happens in the middle of all this. So you apply by November 15th. You really need to submit it earlier than that because anything could go wrong. You don't want no links to not work, or your recommender, something go wrong. You lose your letters, your number count off. So try to have it in by like the 13th and completely done that way. If you do need the extra 1 or 2 days, then that time is allotted for you. But if you're turning in November 15th, 11:59, and something goes wrong, then you are out of luck. I didn't realize that to get to the interview stage, there's nothing you can do from your initial application to get to that interview stage. So your initial application needs to be A1, like so A1. Oh, and then of course they're going to ask you for your transcript and then other things that you are involved in, so your extracurricular activities, and put every single thing that you did down, because it's an extremely competitive process. So we'll give you just a little like tidbit. Every finalist that made it to January 29th and made it to honors weekend, the 156 of us, all of us that were in that room, I'm pretty sure everyone will like know for sure that everyone in that room was involved in at least 4 to 5 clubs and held at least 1 to 2 leadership roles. And by leadership roles, I mean president, club treasurer, club chair, something like that. And you need to put all of that on your honors application, along with the community service hours that you have completed. And to be eligible to apply to honors, they say a 3.75 GPA, but honestly I don't think anyone at honors weekend had anything under than a 4.0, and this is weighted, of course. And if you receive and the reason for this is if you receive a full ride from honors, you must maintain a 3.5 throughout all 4 years of college. And something I did not know at A&T is that an A, like a regular A, is a 4.0, and then an A minus is a 3.7, and then a B plus is a 3.3. So basically you have to make all A's all of college. So this is why they want a 3.75 from high school, just to show that you can keep up with the course load and still be involved in all that. So now we'll begin into specifically to how I received my full ride. It was not the route I've been discussing before, but I will get into all of that. So first I'll tell you my stats are a 3.8 unweighted and then a 4.4 weighted. That's my GPA. I did not receive one of the distinguished scholarships that I was mentioning before, but I did receive a full ride from the College of Engineering. Almost 2 weeks after I got the rejection email from honors, then they randomly sent out full merit scholarships from the College of Engineering. So my major at the time was computer engineering, but I had since switched it to computer science, which still falls under the College of Engineering. So we're all good. But the scholarship I received is called eScholars, and I had never heard of it before I received that email saying you have been selected for a full merit scholarship. And my scholarship is comparable to Feb 1, so it covers room, board, tuition and fees, books, student services, like insurance, and then personal fees. So yeah, it covers all that. So I'm more than good and extremely grateful for my scholarship. So now I'll begin into my extracurriculars. I was student government president my junior year, and then a member of student council for 2 years. I was prom committee treasurer my junior year, and then a member as well. Crosby Scholars for 6 years from 7th to 12th grade. And what Crosby Scholars was basically like a college prep club. I was in Black Achievers for 5 years, 8th through 12th grade. I love that club so much. It was also like a college prep class, and we just had a lot of fun. We would play games. They would give out gift cards. It was just all Black and Latino students that wanted to do good in school, I guess. I don't know. We had common interests, but I really enjoyed that. I was in National Honor Society my junior and senior year. I was a Delta Gems member for 5 years, and that was like a mentoring program for young Black ladies. And I also did the Jabberwock, which was a pageant that they held. And then I was a news anchor for 2 years at my school. Put every single thing that you do, but I would say don't put things that you don't stay involved in, because you don't want to make it look like you hop from thing to thing. So overall, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clubs that I was involved in throughout high school. All of my high school classes were honors, so that did help to boost my GPA. And I was also dually enrolled, and that's how I earned my associate's degree. I earned 64 college credits throughout high school, which got me my associate's degree in college. And the college credits also helped a lot with boosting my GPA, because those were weighed on a 5.0 scale, and then my honors classes were a 4.5 scale. So that's what got me to my 4.4 GPA. But I will say, if you're watching this, make those A's, especially if you're capable of it. Like, just put in a little bit of extra work. And I'm also saying to make your A's, because on the honors website, it actually tells you that they're looking for someone that has made mostly A's throughout high school, and then also very involved, of course. And this is because you have to make all A's to stay in the honors. So yeah. And then the ACT and SAT. Honestly, as far as I know, most colleges are still not looking at test scores. And yes, try your best, but don't let it be something that you stress over. Okay, next I will be getting into preparing for honors weekend, because I had so many questions about this. And yeah, so again, honors weekend is where you interview for your full ride. When you make it this far, I'm putting it in the universe for you. You're gonna make it that far, because you're gonna take all my tips. You're gonna go and get involved, go get very involved. You're gonna make your A's. You're gonna have bomb essays. You're gonna have bomb recommenders. You have a bomb video. You're gonna be passionate about what you talk about in your video. Then boom, you're good. So preparing for honors weekend, they will send out an email of what kind of laptop you want and your goal statement that goes on the website. If you've seen the A&T website of the previous winners, they all have like their goal statement. You can have nice outfits picked out, and the colors you want to wear are blue, black, and gray. And they give a sheet of saying what each colors mean, but these are colors they're looking for. In the entire weekend, you're going to be business casual and business professional, but mostly business professional. And when you make it this far at this point, realize you are representing A&T as a whole. So watch what you post on social media. Now I'll be getting into what went on during honors weekend, because I also did not know this. And my honors weekend was the first one they had in person since, I believe they said 2019, because of Corona. So boo Corona. And when I was going to ask like current honors scholars what was going on during honors weekend, none of them could tell me, because of course theirs wasn't in person. So yeah, honors weekend, we get there at about 8 a.m. and they're serving breakfast, and the breakfast was actually really good that they were serving. I think they had like eggs, potatoes, meats, and juices. And they gave an outline of the day. They talk to you for a while, and then you break off into your separate colleges. And if you don't know, A&T has 7 different colleges, which are the College of Business, College of Engineering, College of Science and Technology, Education, Health and Human Sciences, Agricultural. Oh, I always forget the last one. I forgot the 7th one, but yeah, you get the point. And these colleges are based off your majors, obviously. And then they talk to you for a while, and then you break off into your different disciplines within your college. So for example, with engineering, they have computer science, computer engineering, and electrical engineering, which run out the same department. What else do they have? Mechanical, chemical engineering, bioengineering, and I forgot the rest. After you break off into your different disciplines, you go back to like the general meeting area, and they talk to us about for a few more hours, just overview of honors, everything that would be coming with it. And then they had like financial aid people from the school come talk to us. They had like the admissions office talking to us. So it was very personable, and we learned a lot about it. That ended around 4, I would say about 4. And then around 6, there's a reception. So during the reception is when you can they have each college there, and then they have honor scholars that are a part of each college, and then the dean of the college, and also the honors leaders. Yeah, talk to all these people, and a guy from Honors Weekend said he was an engineering major, and he said your network increases your net worth. And that is extremely true. So go talk to all these people. And if you don't know what to say, how I was, hi, my name is so-and-so. This is my major. Thank you so much for having me here. This has been a beautiful program. I'm really enjoying it. If you're from out of state, saying I'm loving North Carolina, I didn't expect it to look like this. You can say I visited A&T a couple times, or you can say this is my first time visiting. The campus is beautiful. Just that. Or you could say things like the program has me super excited to like the event today has me super excited to come to A&T, and I can't wait, and make sure they know your name. And then when you come up to them, they're gonna know how to continue the conversation, because that's their job, to talk to us. So yeah, go talk to them. They're super nice. They can be intimidating because it's like they're deciding your future and where you go to school. But yeah, have those conversations planned out, because I had no idea what to expect. So I'm telling you what to expect, and they're going to be there for you to talk to them, and they're going to want you to talk to them. So yeah, and just make sure you repeat your name a couple times so that they can remember that when they choosing who they give it for us to. That is what goes on during the first day at Honors Weekend, and which is a Friday. The second day is when interviews happen. So you actually do get to select if you want a morning or evening interview, and this happens with the email they send out asking you about your goal statement and what kind of laptop you would like to receive. I chose morning, and I'm not a morning person at all, but I do recommend morning if you want to be able to breathe the rest of the day. So I think my interview was like at 9 a.m., which was so perfect for me, because some people had like 4 p.m. interviews. I'm like, how was y'all able to eat? But yeah. For your interview, it is a panel of people interviewing you. I had 4 people interviewing me, and 1 was a current honors student. So I will say this, they want to get to know you as a person, and I called actually, and I was like, are we allowed to wear makeup to our interview? I called a few days before, and she was like, I'm sensing you're a little bit nervous. She was so sweet. I don't know who I talked to, but she was the sweetest. And she said, just treat it as a friend talking to me and about trying to learn more about me and my interests. So I thought that was a really great tip. And you might be like, well, these 4 friends kind of like intimidating, I guess. But they're taking notes and everything. So just speak to them about your passions and let that shine. And we'll give you a couple tips for your interview. So practice, and practice, and practice, and practice, and practice. I practiced so much. I actually had, it's funny, I have them right here. I have my own note cards of what I thought they would ask me. Oh, it's not focusing. Don't focus on my face. I had my own note cards of what I thought they would ask me. And I had my mom like asking me these, but she was like, and these were like my answers I was supposed to be saying. But she was like, girl, like that's not a surprise. So then she found some scholarship interview questions for me to ask me, to kind of like catch me off guard and help me be thinking on my toes. And that's what practicing does. Look up questions, I will say that, but don't get too attached to them, because they're probably going to ask you something completely different from what you looked up online. But it helps you with thinking on your toes, and you need to practice with someone else as well and do a complete mock interview. So be serious about it. Have them on one side, why do you deserve this scholarship? Have your answer. And A good tip someone told me is there are low, medium, and high answers. So an example for this is, why do you deserve this scholarship? I deserve this scholarship because I have good grades and I was involved. That's a low answer. Why do you deserve this scholarship? A medium answer would be, I deserve this scholarship because I was super involved during high school. I have really good grades. I'm a people person and I love A&T. It's my favorite school. That's a medium answer. A high answer would be, why do you deserve the scholarship? I deserve this scholarship because I have always done the best on every single test that throughout high school, and assignment, knowing that I wanted to come to A&T and knowing that I wanted to receive a full ride as well. I never knew exactly how I would get here, but I'm extremely appreciative and grateful to have this opportunity today. And I've worked so hard to get here. I've made many sacrifices and also been extremely involved during high school and just helping my peers. And then you can also say something like how you plan to benefit A&T, like what do you bring to them. So you could say, I'm extremely involved in my community and I look forward to exposing younger minorities to technology and showing them that they can follow their dreams even if they aren't the predominant race in the field. See, that's a high answer. So just look up general scholarship questions, but be ready to tell about yourself and also be passionate about what you're saying, because they're going to be able to tell if you're just like, Another tip I have is to please learn something about the school and don't go into the scholarship blindly. I know some people, well, 9 times out of 10, A&T isn't your number one school, so doing research on multiple schools can be kind of challenging, but just do it. If you don't know how you want to impact your community, like with your career path, then you need to figure out before you go to A&T and go to honors weekend, because there's going to be people asking you that. They're probably going to ask you something related to that with your during your interview, so just know and have a general idea. The College of Business also sends out full rides to people that weren't selected by honors but made it to honors weekend, so that's something to look out for. And then you know that the College of Engineering does, and then I think the College of Agriculture is about to come out with one too, because they just received like $18 million grant. So now I'm going to give you some tips on applying to outside scholarships, because you will need to do this and you need a backup plan. So I'm going to give you tips on applying to outside scholarships while waiting on these honors decisions to come out. To pay attention to character count versus word count. That's something that I messed up on. One thing said, I think it said 750 character count, and I thought it meant words. So when I went to go insert my 700 word essay, of course it was way too long, so I had to shorten it. So just pay attention to that so you're not wasting valuable time. Read about previous winners on your scholarships that you are applying to, your outside scholarships, and read what they want, because a lot of scholarship pages, they have tabs of a winner's page or what they're looking for or what their mission statement is. However you can tie your life into their mission statement, write your essay based off that, and that's giving you better grounds. Apply to scholarships that are catered towards you and your background along with your major. So for me, I would do scholarships with Black women in STEM, things like that. Computer science majors, computer engineering majors, Black women in tech. Apply on scholarship sites that take a general application and then apply you to multiple scholarships. So an example of these are Thurgood Marshall, and then Scholarship America is also one. So with Thurgood Marshall, you just did one scholarship application, and then some other scholarships required a video. And that's going to be my next tip with applying to scholarships, is apply to ones that require a video, because so many people are like, it requires a video, and they skip it. But that's automatically weeding out so many people, and it's free money. Get the money, do a video. Same tips for your honors weekend video. Do that exact same thing for the scholarship and you'll be fine. You need recommendations for scholarships as well, so just ask for those in advance, of course. And then those general application ones are helpful because you don't have to send them to you don't have to send your recommenders to so many different sites. If one site takes the recommender and then applying you to 20 different scholarships, that's extremely helpful. Also apply for local scholarships, because I hear people complain about these, but I don't understand. They are $500. They usually range between $500 and $3,000, but that does add up. And another thing I have to say, last thing about scholarship tips, don't complain about applying, because it's literally free money. Even if you work 10 hours diligently during scholarships, applying to scholarships, and you receive one that is $500 or only $500, that's $50 an hour. Where else are you making $50 an hour right now as a 17 or 18-year-old? Nowhere. Exactly. So be diligent about applying to them, and the money will come to you. So now I just have some more kind of random tips, but are helpful and still A&T related. I went over everything honors weekend. I answered pretty much all the questions I think I had for myself during honors weekend. So, and I hope this was helpful for you. I really do hope it was, because this is the video that I wish I had. I will say, please wait and be smart about picking a roommate, especially if you're interested in honors, because if you're awarded a scholarship from honors, Cheatham White, Dowdy, or February 1, your freshman year, you do have to live with another honor scholar. Just be smart and wait about that, and don't pick the first person that you meet, because if you're interested in honors weekend, in honors, I recommend for you to wait for all the honors decisions to just come out, and then just begin to know people during this time, but don't be headstrong about picking a roommate early. Another tip I have is that you kind of need to be sure about your major, and I know this can be very intimidating for a little 17 or 18-year-old, possibly 16. Some people might be 16 or 19, the age range, but yeah, you kind of need to be sure, especially depending on which scholarship you win. If you do receive one from honors like Feb 1, you can only be you can only major within 3 different colleges. I'm not exactly sure which they are, but I think it's like the College of Education, College of Health and Human Sciences, and then like something else. It's the artsy colleges. Like, you can't be a STEM major if you receive Feb 1. So don't be trying to go from an elementary teacher education to a biology major, because that's not going to work if you receive Feb 1. And then also, like, the scholarships I was saying I applied to, say I won like a $10,000 scholarship that was for women in STEM. Okay, I can't go change my major and try to be like a business major. That's not going to work, because then you're losing your money. So you kind of need to be sure, just like the general field that you want to go into. And then also, if you're an engineering major, I will say you kind of need to be sure exactly which kind of engineer you want to be, because engineers don't have the luxury of prerequisite classes. Like, a lot of my classes that I took for my degree are not counting towards my computer science degree, because engineering degrees are so engineering heavy that they're teaching you these things throughout all 4 years. So you don't get those basic prereqs that everyone else has the luxury of, and has that 2-year like time to decide what they truly want to do. No, you don't have that. So you need to be doing your research on what type of engineer you want to become, and be sure about it. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have today for this video. I will say one last thing I have to share is, it doesn't matter where the money comes from if you are selected. If you aren't selected, I wish you the best of luck. I really, really, really hope this video was helpful. But if you have similar stats to me, or even lower, higher, you're more involved than I was, anything like that, there's kind of no reason for you to be paying for college, especially if you're in state. Like, just get the money from somewhere. Keep applying to scholarships. As I mentioned before, don't complain about them, because it's free money. You just take that burden off your family or whatever. Do the grinding. You've been working hard for 4 years, so just have this home stretch and do all you can to go to college for free. And if you have the luxury of going through this honors process and making it to honors weekend, I hope you have the best experience. Don't let your nerves get the best of you. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have about honors. I'm super passionate about A&T, as I mentioned before. Engineering and A&T has been my dream since 6th grade, so this is all truly a dream come true. And we've been saying forever that I'll have a full ride to A&T, and I can't believe it's finally here. The perfect time for incoming seniors to be like, you're preparing. I'm so happy for you. 2023, 2024 seniors, I'm wishing you seriously the best of luck. I hope you decide on A&T no matter what happens with the honors decisions, because it truly is a great school with amazing opportunities, and I wish you the best. Get those grades up like I told you. Get super involved and you'll be just fine. And yes, you can reach out to me with any questions. Feel free to comment down below, of course. And I also leave my Instagram in the description box, which is Nivea_Howard. And you can reach out to me there. Please feel free to text me about any questions you have. I feel like I probably missed something during this video, which I hate, but it's okay. I think I covered, for the most part, everything. So yeah, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, give me a like. Last but certainly not least, Aggie Pride.